Very blessed to be connected to the man himself behind that song, Lepani, joining us from all the way in the UK over Zoom. Kia ora, bro. Welcome to the show.
Kia ora. Thank you for having me. I haven't said that in a while.
I know. What about Bula Vinaka? Have you said that in a while as well?
I've said that a couple of times.
Really?
There's a few Fijian. Yeah.
Oh, well, Bula and kia ora and welcome to the show, Lepani. Yeah, you've jetted from here, Aotearoa, and you're hanging out in the UK. So many things. How long have you been in the UK? Are you adjusting? Do you hate it?
How's the weather? Yeah.
Yes, and yes.
How long you been there, bro?
Since November. Yeah, we've been here. So it's been, I think, 4 months now, something like that.
And whereabouts in the UK have you landed? Most people go straight to London.
Yeah, no, we stopped off at London for like 2 hours and then just gapped it straight from Manchester.
Now,
Manchester.
Yeah,
does that mean, are you a City or United fan? Do you have to choose when you're there?
Oh, he's got it. He's reaching for something.
That looks like United.
United
Is
flag.
That United? Yeah.
A Manchester United flag.
Oh, he's got the scarf on.
Sure did. Yeah. So yeah, I got this, and I didn't realize that the mascot was a red devil. So I think I'm gonna have some words from my mum about that. I didn't know that at all.
Okay, so you went over there. You and your wife, you probably had an expectation of what it was going to be like. You probably had anxiety about fitting in. What's happened since you've been there?
Oh man, it's just been it's been all go nonstop. So just as soon as we landed and got here, just trying to find contacts and just looking for gigs and yeah, meeting with people and trying to just make connections and make new friends here. That's the biggest thing.
Your social media content's been looking great. Like some of the videos and creative stuff coming out of you has been real cool. I've been enjoying it.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's been a big thing since we moved here. I just thought, well, I mean, I'm here, so I might as well make the most of it and just try to be as honest as possible. I think it took me leaving New Zealand to do that, which is interesting.
Yeah. What's been the biggest challenge so far, Lepani? Were you being there?
I think it's realizing that it's really hard to make new friends when you reach a certain age. So when you pass your early 20s, it's like you kind of realize that the friends that you've already established are kind of the ones you've expected to keep for a long time. So trying to find new friends and yeah, I don't know, that's probably been the biggest thing. And I think finding another thing is finding a place of fellowship. The UK is a lot different from New Zealand, so trying to find a good place where it's just I guess focused on the word and all the important stuff. That's been a bit of a struggle. So
culture shock wise, like going from New Zealand to the UK and then, specifically kind of Manchester. I don't know a lot about Manchester. I guess I hate it on by a lot of people for some reason. I don't know why. Any kind of interesting differences that you've really noticed or been like, oh, this ain't how we do stuff, but okay. Got to figure it out.
Yeah, there's been I think with Manchester, it's been okay. Like a lot of the people here are very, very much like Kiwis. So they you bump into them, they say sorry, and they're like, oh yeah, you're right, mate. And then, you have a little bit of a chat, maybe, keep walking on. And then we went to London for a week and everyone's just stone cold. They just walk past you. If they bump into you, they just keep walking. They might give you a bit of a glare. So we're really lucky that we chose Manchester because the people here are really nice.
Oh, that's cool.
I mean, that's a massive move, to lift your family up, go halfway around the world, to chase your dream. And you said it, didn't you? You were very honest. It's been hard, basically knocking on doors, trying to get yourself out there. But you're making strides to get your music out there?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the thing about a big country. It's a lot harder, but there's more opportunity. So I think the biggest thing I'm going to have to keep in my mind is staying as grounded as possible, because when there's opportunity, there's room to fall. So I got to, figure that out. That's the biggest thing.
Wow, you seem like a wise dude beyond your years. And you have been releasing some new music. So we're got a couple of tracks actually that we want to play out for you this morning. So can we talk about the first one we're going to play a little bit? The song "Why," and it's literally just straight the letter Y is the song. So what's the story behind this track?
Why are you singing about Yeezy for, man?
Yeah. What's the why?
Oh man, I honestly, it's supposed to be Y as in the word, but I was just a bit lazy, so I just put in a letter so it's easier to promote it and stuff and easy to market.
It's good. I like it. It's like a symbol, like Prince, you know? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
but yeah, on like the creative side, it was like I try to make it so that on the cover art, it's like a peace sign
Oh,
because
yeah.
it's like
Oh,
trying
yeah,
to
I
find
see.
peace. Yeah, trying to find peace with my past, with the record label, with where I'm at now, and trying not to be frustrated. But the song itself, like sonically, is quite aggressive. So it's
Yeah,
dealing with all that emotion.
we've heard it, and I like the beats.
Yeah, we're going to play it for you in just a sec. Can you talk a little bit? Because I mean, I don't really know, but so you've kind of gone independent? Is that you're carving your own path now?
Yeah, so yeah, it's been a crazy journey like the last couple years since I've been independent, and I didn't really announce it, so I was just kind of trying to find my feet last year and just releasing songs, but kind of been, taking a step back a bit and just focusing on like where I want to go creatively. And then yeah, that's kind of what the song's about, just dealing with a lot of that anger and that frustration that I had and trying to not let it consume me, let it take over.
Well, we're excited to play it for you. So we'll get back into more with Lepani from Manchester in the UK at the moment, joining us via Zoom. And this is his new track, Why, here on Life FM. Enjoy it. Life FM, and that's new from Lepani. That song is called Why, and we got him on Zoom this morning, joining us on the show from Manchester, where he's moved, now based in the UK. Obviously, you know him as a Kiwi artist, but doing something big overseas, which is pretty cool. Thanks for being with us again this morning and carving out some time, evening over there, I guess.
Yeah.
How dark?
Thank you, man.
Like, what time in the day does it get dark? The UK can get pretty short days, eh?
Oh yeah, it's right now it's like it gets dark at like 4 p.m.
Oh, what?
Proper dark too, like days over, yeah.
Have you managed to find a carver store while you've been over there?
Well, I got cousins in London, so
Oh,
we just
yeah.
came back from we came back from London visiting. It was my auntie's funeral, which was sad, but I got
Oh.
to hang out with my cousins and we had a bit of kava, and yeah, it was nice. Felt like home.
That's
Yeah,
awesome. That's
little taste of
awesome.
it. And you do have to hang on to those kind of little connections to home, eh, when you're living in another country, and it can be quite like, I don't know,
Isolating.
Yeah, well, you lose a lot of
lonely.
stuff that you
Yep.
don't realize until you go away from it, and then you're like, oh wow, I didn't. And I'm sort of telling your story for you.
You're right. You're right.
You know that song we just came out of, Why? I know you've left your label. You wanted to stamp your mark and release music that came from you. It was all about you. You have creative control over it. That has to be a really good thing, though, and you must be satisfied with the product.
Yeah, for sure. I think it was finding a way to like I guess for me it was just I wanted to not compromise on things. So if I wanted to sing about being frustrated, I wanted to be able to sing about being frustrated and not have to worry about it being in a hitting like the top 10 charts or something, so like creatively. And I know it's going to make things more difficult in terms of keeping my feet in the industry, but yeah, it was things like that, just being creative. And if I wanted to write about my faith and I wanted to write about my struggles with my faith or my struggles with my mental health, I just wanted to be able to express that and put it out. And I think especially with Y and Young Gun, these two like recent singles that I released, people have resonated with it. And I think that's because they're finally seeing like my honest self.
Mm. Can you talk a little bit about and you mentioned it before, trying to find like a community in a church, and like I know there's a big thing for you back home, and then you go overseas and you go away from all of that. And what's that been like in terms of your own faith, like trying to find somewhere or a group that you can kind of I don't know, express that? Has that been a challenge? Because different countries culturally too do things very different and how they kind of express that. What's that been like?
Yeah, it's been really interesting because I come from a small church, so it's like I'm not much of a big church person. Isn't like a big church
Large
person.
church, yeah.
Like, I'm a big church person. Yeah.
We get you.
But yeah.
You mean you're only a
So
Christian? You're only a Christian on Sunday?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying? No, we
but,
get you, bro.
yeah,
we
that's
get you.
been, sorry.
We get you, man. We get you.
Oh yeah. But yeah, that's been a difficult thing to find that because I guess because the UK is a lot bigger and Manchester's big and there's a lot more like traditional in the sense I don't know how to explain it, like there's old Presbyterian, Methodist, Catholic like churches and chapels, but it's really hard to find yeah, something where there's like people my age and stuff that I can connect with that are also heavily focused on the word. So so that's a big challenge that we're finding. But yeah, I think it's just finding a community in general with that. Plus, like I don't know, I think the best thing I have to do is find a footy team or something.
Are you going to play rugby? Are you going to play some rugby over there?
No, sorry, I'm in soccer. I'm in.
Oh, you're going to play football.
Oh,
Okay.
that's
You
what
got
it
the
is.
switch
I've
moves.
been degraded.
Well, if there's anyone plugging in right now who has family or connections in Manchester, flick us a line and we'll flick it over to Lepani because, you know, you need that sense of community when you're over there,
Yeah,
especially if
definitely.
you're finding it hard.
Well, that's your support network, right?
Can we just dig into Young Gun a little bit? I love what you said about having this creative space to be yourself and be your genuine and authentic self. So if we talk about this new song that has just been released called Young Gun, powerful, emotional, can you talk a little bit about it and about the well-being space that you landed in with it?
Oh, thank you. Yeah, of course. Yeah, so like that song, yeah, that song's pretty much just about like trying to find that younger self and bring back that feeling that I had when I first got into music and I first started writing. And it was that feeling of having no fear. Because like, yeah, ever since I started taking music seriously as a career and I got signed to a label and things started to happen, I think the stress and the pressure of wanting to make it big because there was that opportunity that kind of got to my head. And then yeah, things took like a really dark turn for me along the way. And then yeah, I mean, it would have been about I think about 5 years ago, it was the end of 2019 or beginning of 2020. Yeah, I almost committed suicide. So that was a pretty big thing for me. And I haven't been able to talk about it since then. But yeah, I texted my sister and I just sent her a text, said, I love you. Thank you for everything. Like I tried. And then, yeah, and then I tried. And then after that, she busted through the door and then she pulled me down. So it was
Far out,
pretty
bro.
intense.
Far,
Yeah. So it's been a crazy journey.
Thanks for being vulnerable and being willing to talk about something like that. I know that's a pretty heavy topic, but like, you know, a lot of people would never mention their lowest points. You know, they don't talk about, and especially, you know, someone who you think because you got a profile and you got music and, you know, it'd be easy to look at you and be like, man, he's just living the dream, like got it all together, everything's falling into place. Like, but you never know, you know, the battles people fight behind the scenes and what goes on in people's heads. So I think it's a powerful testimony, man, being able to share that story.
Thank you. Yeah, it was really interesting. And I think I really didn't want to talk about it until I was ready because I feel like if I could make it through, I could share my testimony and hopefully help other people like understand that it's not perfect. And I still try to put up a smile and be happy and stuff. And I think at the time I thought I was being selfless. I thought that if I just ended it all, I would like, you know, I don't know, I would put people through less trouble, you know, just by leaving it behind. So yeah, I think it was a interesting experience and I like learned a lot from it. And I mean, I honestly wouldn't be here without my mom's prayers. I mean, she's just even till now. I mean, she's messaging me every single day, and and I'm trying to, you know, I'm trying to say I'm okay now, I'm okay, but yeah, it's like having the support of my parents and my wife, and it's yeah, and I mean, she's helped me heaps since then as well with everything, and it's, yeah, I mean, I'm blessed to still be here. So
That's a powerful. Those are powerful words that you just shared with us, Lepani, and I'm really on the back of what Bjorn said. Thank you for opening up your heart because it's going to reach some other people. You're a talented, special human being, dude. And you need to be able to share your talents with people who it needs to reach, you know. And I know there are people who love your music and love who you represent, because when they look at you and they hear you, they see themselves. So that's why it's just one reason why it's so important that you're here. And so even more important that if you do have a community that maybe we can reach out to Lepani in Manchester, can you please get a hold of us and we'll make sure we send those details out to him, definitely.
Hey, bro, thanks so much for taking some time to chat with us and for being vulnerable. And we're just big fans of yours over here in New Zealand.
Oh, likewise.
Bro, can I tell a quick story?
Yeah.
And he knows this as well.
Yeah.
But you know this, because I said to Lepani and Tabby that Lepani song Teddy was on my top 5 Spotify songs.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I told you that. Right?
Yeah. On your Spotify Wrapped. Yeah.
I sent Lepani a video of me at home.
The video.
Yeah, of me at home. Now, the song, my wife was training in the garage.
Yeah.
She was on the cross trainer and she was jamming Teddy. And so without me opening the door, I shot a quick video and I said, Sole, oos, I told you this was on my top 5. Special, bro. You're a very special individual and we got so much love for you, oos.
Likewise, man. I love you guys. Thank you so much.
If you want to check Lepani out, hit him up on Instagram, TikTok. He's making some cool vids on there as well, and new music coming out, which we're excited to see. And looking forward to more, bro. Thanks so much again for being with us.
Thank you. It's been my pleasure.
See you later, Gov.
Here, I can't believe we made it all the way through with no horrendous British accents from Sela, and then he snuck one in. I was like milliseconds away from introducing the song.
Sorry,
and
go.
He got the governor in there.